What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, what we talk about on this channel is affiliate marketing, making money online, and the different side hustles that you can do. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you're subscribed, ding that notification bell, and we can get on with the video. So in today's video, what we're going to talk about is the 7 best side hustles that you can do with no experience needed. You don't need any prior experience to do this, and I'm going to explain quickly what they're about, how you can do this, and what you need to have in order to start these. These do not require a ton of money, because I know that a lot of people think that you do need a ton of money to start an online business or a business in general, and this is not the case with any of these. So let's get started and kick this off. So the very first one is going to be an e-com store. Now, there are a few things that you do need to know. First of all, you need to have something where you can actually host your store. And I did this in the past. I had a Shopify store. And the thing is, with e-commerce, it's very hard to actually make a substantial income if you sell cheap things. Because when I did this, I did make it some money, I made some profit, but I was selling cheap things, and you need to make sure that you have a high margin, because this is a margins game. It's not a numbers game as how many you can sell. It's more of something that you want to sell, something that you have quite a lot of margin to work with, so that you can get your money back and start making profit as soon as possible. Because if you have $2 or $3 profit each sale, it's going to be extremely hard, especially if you're trying to do this by, for example, paying influencers, which was what I did, and which actually works quite well. But when you do this, you actually have to make sure that the amount you pay the influencer, you're going to get your money back as fast as possible. Now, there are a few things that you need to look out for when you're doing this. It's about how many followers they have, yes, but also the engagement that they have. Are they having comments? Are they having views on their stories? And things like that. You can even ask them on their stories to have a screenshot of how many people have seen their story, because people typically don't pay for stories. So if they're paying for engagement, views, and things like that, they probably won't pay for story views because nobody sees that. But if you ask them for a screenshot, they will have to actually do this. So if you're asking for a post, for example, which will probably be deleted after 24 hours, this is what I did. You actually have to post something, or to get them to post something that's actually going to promote what you're promoting, and then have a story. Now, you don't want to have something before your story, and you don't want to have a post directly after that. So make sure that you tell them to do that, and then you can pay them via PayPal. And also, you actually have to see what your budget is and work with your budget. What I mean by that is when you're paying an influencer, for example, if it's a theme page, for example, a travel page or something like that, that's obviously going to be on your niche. It's going to be a lot cheaper than somebody who actually has a personal brand. So you want to figure out which one it is, because the person with the personal brand is going to be a lot more expensive, but also is going to drive more sales because people are more interested in that. On the other hand, the other one is a lot cheaper, so if you're working with a tighter budget at the beginning, it's a good way to start. But the conversion isn't going to be as good because they don't have such a big influence on their audience. So you just have to figure out which one it is. So that's the very first one. Also, I forgot to mention that you want to check out these until the end, because I've got the best ones at the end of this video. So the next one is going to be a freelance job. A freelance job is going to be really good if you don't have any budget to work with and you have a skill. For example, if you know how to edit YouTube thumbnails, if you know how to edit videos, if you know how to code, if you know how to do all these different things, and it doesn't have to be something that you learned at school, just something that you know how to do. And it doesn't have to be really hard either. It could be like editing something that will be on a thumbnail or something like that, or ranking pages on Google. That's a bit harder, but it's something that you can learn by yourself. So once you have sort of these skills, you can actually get people to pay you to do that for them on Upwork, for example. Upwork is the best place where people ask for that, and you can just start slow, start maybe even free to actually get people in the door, get people to leave some comments and things like that so that you can get ranked up. And once you get those 5 stars over and over, then you can start to increase the price slowly and then start paying or asking for a higher price than you would when you first start, because nobody knows you. So that's something that you want to look out for. Start free or at least very cheap, and then just work your way up when you start getting known out there. So that's a really quick tip. If you don't have much money to start or no money to start, that is a great way to start, and then you can, maybe reach out to one of these other ones to actually expand your income. So the next one is going to be a course creator. Now, courses can be, again, in anything that you learn. So for example, if you start making money on Upwork, which was the previous point, you can then create a course on how to do exactly what you were doing. Or maybe you went to a school for something, you can also create a course for something like that. So making courses can be pretty much on anything, but make sure it's at least in demand somehow, and then you can upload it on something like Skillshare, because on Skillshare you're going to get paid if people actually watch your courses, and you don't have to promote them that hard, but you're also going to not get paid that big. But if you don't have an audience or you don't pay for traffic or things like that, people on Skillshare can just watch your course just as long as they have Skillshare. So it's a great way to actually get started, learn some courses, and also you can watch some other courses to learn a bit more and just increase your skills that way to learn how to do all these different hustles that I'm talking about. But having a course can be very profitable. I talk about Skillshare, but it can also be something completely different where people actually buy your course, just solely buy your course, and it's going to be a bit harder to market, especially if you don't have an audience. But doing something like that and hosting it on somewhere different where they have to buy your course can be extremely profitable. The next one can be a virtual assistant. Now, this can be on Upwork again. Upwork is a great place to do that. Again, it's just like another skill that I talked about previously. But being a virtual assistant is just basically assisting people on something that they need done. So for example, if you're a business owner and you have you have a big YouTube channel and you're getting a ton of emails or something like that, then you probably want somebody else to take care of those emails, respond to those emails, and actually just tell you the important ones that you need to know about. And all the ones that are just, sponsorships that you don't want to deal with, you can just tell them, I want only sponsorships that do this, do that, and then you can take care of the rest. So you, as a virtual assistant, you're just going to reply to all the emails and just talk to the creator about the important things that they need to know, the potential sponsorships and things like that they need to know. So you can get paid for that, and if you're doing great, I'm sure they'd be happy to pay you because you're actually relieving them of a bunch of time, so they're happy to do that. So you just reach out to people. That can be on Upwork, it's a very good way, or you can just reach out directly to a small creator. And when I say a small creator, it's not that small, but it's not huge either, because the people that have hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, they probably already have a virtual assistant. But if you talk to people that are starting to get in the 10,000 follower mark or 10,000 subscriber mark, and then you can actually reach out to them and just tell them that you're ready to be a virtual assistant and you can add value to them. Especially if they're in something that you're really interested in, you can talk about that, and make sure you say their name in the email so that it doesn't look like it's an email that you just send out to everyone. So the next one is an ad agency. There's plenty of people that are making huge amounts of money doing an ad agency. So if you know how to do Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads and things like that, it's a very good way to actually make some profit because you're helping companies actually make some money. So as long as you're getting them more sales, you can actually create an ad agency and then just help them out that way. Now, if you're talking to people like dentists and car dealers and things like that, those people are going to have quite high margins because of the nature of what they're selling. As soon as they get one client in the door, it could be a potential $10,000 in the door, or at least $5,000. So if you make them pay a bit of money and you just get them one client, but they pay you $1,000, I'm sure they'd be very happy to do that because you're actually increasing them. And that could be the same when you're actually ranking websites, because as long as you're ranking up, if you're getting them clients, then they'd be happy to pay you $1,000, $2,000 if you're getting them $5,000 in. So it's a no-brainer for them. If you can do that, if you can learn Facebook ads or Google ads or things like that, it's a great way, especially if those people are in a local area, if they're not online, or they can't do something like a dentist will only be where they are, they can't multiply or anything. So you can just target that area and there's probably a lot less competition and the ads are going to be a lot easier to actually rank, rather than something that's going to be all over the place. So that's something that you're going to have to work on all the time, but it can actually make you quite a bit of money unless you hire employees, and then that's how you actually expand on that one. So the next one is one of my favorite ones actually, is TikTok, and the next one was going to be YouTube, but I'm actually going to talk about both of them in the same point, because that's basically doing a personal brand, and that is actually just creating value on a subject that you're interested in, or at least either you're interested in, or you want to know more about, because learning and teaching people is going to be even better for you to learn, because you're actually having to do a lot more research than just trying to do something. So if you're interested in, for example, making money online, you have to go a bit deeper than that. So it could be affiliate marketing, for example, which is what I do. So if you create a TikTok account, it's going to be a lot easier for you to grow, and you're going to just give people some value by explaining what is actually possible to do making money online. For example, if you're doing affiliate marketing, which is promoting other companies' products, and this channel is centered a lot about that, so you can go down in the description or in the pinned comment, and there's a whole playlist about affiliate marketing. What's going to happen is when you're promoting other people's products on TikTok or on YouTube, it's actually going to grow your audience, it's going to build your personal brand. So as soon as you want to launch a course or do some consulting or something like that, you're going to actually attract a lot of people that are interested in what you're talking about. Now, I talk a lot about making money online, but it doesn't have to be just making money online. It can be a bunch of different things, as long as it's something that's interesting to you and that you can bring value to the world. Now, you don't have to be an expert when you first start, you just have to be one step ahead of the people that you're teaching. So for example, if you've started to make your first TikTok video, some people haven't started making their first TikTok video, so you can talk about what happened on your first TikTok video and how you were able to overcome the fear of being on camera. And the same thing goes for YouTube. As soon as you overcome some fears, then you can just make another video and then make your first lead. So you talk about how you made your first lead and then how you made your first sale. So what you want to do is actually document rather than just creating. That's something that's very powerful. If you're documenting your journey, this could be bring you a long way, and that's why it's my favorite way to actually make some money online, because it might take you a bit longer than some of these other ones, but as soon as you start progressing through the ranks, and you just start to blow up. And it's not hard to get to 10,000 followers on TikTok. It can take you a bit of time, but it's not that hard. And then you can grow on YouTube, and you can grow both channels at the same time, and that's how you're actually going to grow. So this is very powerful. People are making millions of dollars just by starting a YouTube channel or a TikTok account or both, or an Instagram. Now, Instagram is not as powerful as TikTok and YouTube, but still, as long as you're putting yourself out there, that can be a great way to make some money. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you check out my playlist down in the description and in the pinned comment. I will have a playlist on the different side hustles, and also a playlist on affiliate marketing, because that's what I specialize on, and that is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. So if you check it out, you can get a ton of value and start making money online right now. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.